Hello, YouTube. This is Ewan Spence and ESC Insight calling. Get over your bridges. It's time to review some Eurovision. Yes, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome to ESC Insight's YouTube channel, where we are taking our carefully cultivated podcast content, cutting it up into little tiny pieces, and letting you have a listen to it here on the world's second biggest search engine. And that latter is why we're doing it. Anyway, Jukebox Jury continues on our podcast, which you will find www.escinsight.com or your favourite podcast app directory service or Spotify. We're going to take just one of those songs just now, which is Bridges, the Estonian song sung by Alika. And to review that, joining me, Samantha Ross from 12 Points from America, and Nova from the ever disgraceful YouTube channel, Novimpia.
I was really rooting for this to win in the national final. I think this is one of the earliest songs that we received in the mix. And I listen to this a lot. I love a piano ballad. I'm a sucker for piano ballads. And my first introduction to this was the music video. And I really enjoyed the kind of drama in the music video, and I think Alika definitely brings that on stage. Her vocal has got to be one of the best vocals in the competition this year, and it's very consistent. She nails it every single time. I love the idea that she has this piano behind her being played by like a ghostly being. I think that's really cool. We could definitely see that in Liverpool. Lyrically, it's quite a poignant song. It's about trying to kind of move past mistakes you might have made in the past, trying to make up for lost time, just finding yourself in a bit of a strange period in your life and just trying to think, what can I do in the future? I like this. I wonder how it will be received, because I do think people want to party this year, and this is not a party song, but it might be a nice breath of fresh air. It's a very fun one to sing along to as well. I like this. It's a hit for me.
I'm normally not the one to go for a traditional ballad. However, in a year like this, where, like Nova was saying, there is a lot more of a party atmosphere, the fact that this is here and really done very, very elegantly and capably, this is going to provide a really interesting counterpoint. I love the fact that this is a standard classic Adele-ish ballad that doesn't fall on the tropes of, oh, I'm brokenhearted, I'm going to sing a sad song about it. This is inspirational and uplifting in a sad way, which is a very difficult balance to strike. I really appreciate that sort of separation between the sort of standard sad girl ballad. It's an inspirational one. I think the hook, the musical hook, that rising na 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 na, that's there. The vocals are there. The fact that it's different from everything else in the competition, that's there. This is really a solid, elegant, I keep coming back to that word, elegant package. I see nothing wrong with this.
That voice, and specifically the harsh edge she's got to it. And I think there's a lovely balance here that, yes, there's a beautiful voice. It's got stage presence. It can do emotion. But there's a point where it just, the control and the delicacy at the start, then you have this layer as the song progresses of darkness, of aggression, of anger. Not a lot, just enough to tinge it. Lift, I talk about songs being sung and songs being performed. That's the difference here. This song is being performed. And you put staging on top of that, and you put that quiet moment on top of that, you have something. Is it enough to get people to pick up the phone and vote? I don't know, but it is something.
I mean, I just keep going back to the quality and the strength of that voice, and the fact that she's doing this and that capably with that sort of technicality at 20. She is 20 years old, people, and she's singing like that with that sort of maturity. I think it also kind of goes to show the depth of the system that she went through. She was a champion of the 8th season of basically Estonian Idol. So she's been tested through musical competition before.
I have to agree about the vocal. I think my favorite thing about it is it builds throughout the song. It starts off a little softer, a little bit more melancholy, and then it does grow the strength behind it, the kind of willing to do something more positive. It grows at the end. Olympia always says whenever I listen to this song that she wishes that last final big note went on for a few more beats. I quite like that it very dramatically ends really abruptly. I think there's something about that it just vibes with me. I enjoy that so much. It's a big build and then gone. It's done. End of the song. I like that. I think it works really well.
I think that also kind of feeds into the narrative of this is an ongoing story of self-reflection and self-continuation. That even though the story ends and you feel that something might be clipped, there's something more, and this engages me in that way. So yeah, I that's actually a stylistic choice that at first I was sort of like, oh no, I want more. But now that I think about it, the story continues, even though the note doesn't.
I mean, this has been in my top 10 since I first heard it. This is absolutely a hit for me. It is one of my favorites this year. I feel like I'm in the minority, but yeah, absolute hit.
I keep going back and forth between hit and maybe. But you know what? I think as I'm talking about this, and I'm not trying to be swayed by anybody, I'm going to have to give this a hit. It's not like an over enthusiastic, yes, hit, but this is a solid, elegant hit. Yes.
It's a good song, but is it a good competitive song? Now, part of that has to be yes, because it's won through a national final. But we're at a different playing field. We've got different songs. The name recognition that you have when you've done Estonian Idol and then go on to Epilogue isn't there anymore. And yep, it's lovely, it's delicate. Can it hold the attention? Can it get people to pick up the phone? Only one of the songs that's in this sort of performative West End show tune is going to be able to get that. And I'm not sure which it's going to be. It could be this one, yeah, but it might be another. So it gets shaded slightly in the competitive side of things. So it's just a maybe from me. Bridges there, Estonia's entry into this year's Eurovision Song Contest. It's heading to Liverpool as we publish this and listen to this, assuming you're listening in real time. We're going to be heading there as well to bring you lots of news, information, articles, discussions, commentary, podcast, interviews, and the like. Our website, www.escinsight.com. Follow the podcast, subscribe to us here. We've got more song reviews coming up. And we'll catch you in the next vid. Ta-ra for now. You've been listening to the highlights of Jukebox Jury as we preview the Eurovision Song Contest 2023. Find out more and listen to our podcast, www.escinsight.com.